welcome back to Good Day. I'm back with Miss Gail Morrow from Gabe. We're talking about, it's the season.
It's this
beach
season.
weddings.
Yes. And you know, we talk about every year you hear April showers bring May flowers. Well, I also want to talk to you about those outdoor weddings that you're coming up in April or May. Now, heaven knows we've gotten a lot of rain, and we're thankful to the Lord for it. But we're probably going to be getting a good bit more. So I want to tell all of you girls, if you're planning your weddings during April or May, and especially during the summer months out on the beach, there are several things you need to keep in mind. First of all, we're going to start from the head. Do not use a long veil. You get out there walking on that beach or even in the outdoor wedding and the wind starts to blow, that veil is going to be pulling you away from everything else with it. Second of all, if you're at the beach, prepare your wedding setup so that you're actually facing the ocean. Why?
Beautiful.
Not only that, the wind's coming in from this way. So you want to be walking into the wind. I hear all my girls talk about, oh, Miss Gail, I want everything to flow so pretty. Well, fix it so the wind's going to blow the dress, but not you.
Sure.
Now, another thing is when you check with the places where you're going to be staying at the beach, they should have bridal packages. When you walk, if you remember, I expressed this once before, when you're walking across that beach, across that sand, if they've not gone out and scaped off that sand where you're going to be walking, you're going to be walking down there with this beautiful bouquet, smiling. You're going to hit a seashell. You're going to go, ugh. You know, we don't want that face on our pictures, do we? So be sure that you've got that included in your package. If you do not, then you need to have some type of a runner across there, and you need to have like little what we call pedal punches that push it down into the sand all along the way so it doesn't get blown away. Another thing is you're going to be out in heat. Girls, if you wear these heavy ballroom dresses or if you wear them with multi-layer satin, you're going to be a hot cookie and you're going to not enjoy your wedding. So keep in mind, if you're going to be outside, dress for outside. We have beautiful dresses that are very lightweight, very beautiful, very bridal. And this is what you want to wear.
Well, we're going to come back in just a little bit learning more about that. So you guys think on that real quick. Go get down and see Gabe and see Miss Gail to find out more about those things. We're going outside now to see what Melanie's up to. Well, I'm back with Miss Gail Morrill from Gabe downtown. And we left off talking about how you should have your dress if you're having a beach wedding.
But I want to throw in a quick little ad for Wild Adventures. You know, adults, you take the kids out there and you watch them have a wonderful time, but we have a good time with it too. The last time I went out there, they had me up on the stage where they showed off these different types of snakes. And they pointed out and called me up there, and I'm standing there facing this dude, looking at this snake, shaking real hard. Next thing I knew, they're laying this big old snake over my shoulder. It just surprised me, and it was a surprise.
I bet so.
But all right, back to the weddings at the beach. One thing you want to think about with your veils is the length of the veil. First of all, you hear of a cathedral veil. Well, honey, if you're not in the cathedral, you don't want a cathedral veil. If you can't get that veil stretched out its full length before you make entrance into the chapel you're going into, then it's too long. One thing I saw once when I went to a wedding was the young lady wore the cathedral veil. The church wasn't but about 10 feet maybe long, 10 to 12. When she got to the altar, her veil was almost all the way to the back pew there with it. Well, when she turned to try to go, that veil was going everywhere. So you have to keep these things in mind. If your coordinator doesn't point these things out to you, then you need to ask about it. If you go with a long train, then use a chapel length veil. That's the length of the train. That way the veil stays on top of the material there with it and flows with it. But if you're at the beach, you don't want to use more than like the shoulder length or even maybe just the elbow length or the shoulder length veil. Don't overveil it. I think it's real pretty when you use like the 3 tiers, the 2 tiers to go back and the one over, and I'm finally getting my good side idea. But your veils are an important thing with it, so keep all that in mind. But just give us a call at Gabe and we'll give you some ideas about it. That's at 238 West Broad, 347-8628.
All right, thank you so much, Miss Gail Morrill. Back on outside now, see what Melanie's doing.